And so the Slovenian ring, as we're watching for the heart of the story, because the situation of today, not yet history, it looks like the forces which are around Catholic Church was formatted, and the Catholic Church became the territory of NATO, basically, with then influence. They watching Ukraine, how if previously the association of the Ukraine was like a Soviet Union, the same like Russians, today we see all they push them by to improve the different territory, and so they figure out to create them different population, but it's always region. If we watch this in details, regions of the same territory, it's always combined with one part, another part. So what they watch them how to be like Romanian, because we have the Moldova, we have part of Slovenian who are quite more white with a red hairs or close to it, or it's a hazel or something like this, brown as well, but and more darker type, which is had this symbol since the Soviet Union time with Moldova, with had this symbol since the Soviet Union time with Moldova, with it's closer to Romanian, but here we in the same time look like Meloni present herself, like Brigitte Macron present himself. We don't speak this country as we don't see them originally as Swedish people. No, it's with it's closer to Romanian, but here we in the same time look like Meloni present herself, like Brigitte Macron present himself. We don't speak this country as we don't see them originally as Swedish people. No, it's with time became okay. Like we had a little bit before, we had Catherine Deneuve to see France like that. But in general, like a territory, we see them close to Spain, and it's hard to say if it's not a natural mix for this, looking for this graal, for the white blood, let's say, and of course it's Scandinavian more than anyone else. And if we're talking about Russian originally, we back to this point of Bohemia, the Slovenian. About Russian originally, we back to this point of Bohemia, the Slovenian, because since time of the Russian or Slovenian language, which we talking about the alphabet, and then the meaning, because alphabet was mixed with by this side of Russia, Asian, with Greek, and this part remains the same. Almost the same pronunciation, because language is about pronunciation. Science is then to create this difference is always pronunciation, but beside it, Latin letters present, even they mixed to be pronounced differently, like in Polish language, the symbols mix with something else, but it's already not Cyrillic, because we see the difference Cyrillic and Latin. For this difference in Russian history, which is Cyril and Metod, that glagolic and Cyrillic. two type of letterpiece of this of the letter, and two different alphabet, because we see this different system came into express not only letters but let's call it symbols for the moment. So let's back. The point is the heart, Slovenian heart, Bohemia. Previously the name is Moravia. Let's watch this geography and saying what's going on. I illustrated in this video by picture that you see this influence, because we take this part of time after first and before and in, and then as a result second war, because on my opinion second war was battle till this time to not eliminate the labor and the people who created previously their reformations, and was done already in time was of Kulturkampf was already present, because Germany knew about it. These territories was always between Germany and Russia, always in discussion, and this was not, I believe, this battle with the Russian Empire would be not opposite. It was some probably or a kind of union, not really union, but to look like, not to be probably. That's why they was even created differently. Austria and like Austro-Vengria is a different part of territory, and Germany. Austria and like Austro-Vengria is a different part of territory, and Germany is about, or they probably been different so much. And then, so it's another question. But for us, the topic is the Slovenian heart, where it is, and we're back to Moravia. We here because influence. It's all an influence. It's all an influence. If we came to see an open Orthodox like Slovenian language, we see different picture, because culture and origin has nothing to do with the borders of the country. Like we terminate our mind to simplify us or to lie to us to stay in this territory when we are as this government strategy could be wrong. And the people of global world today, they're not looking for this, they're looking for the space. So it's very interesting topic that we will try to open it in more words. But for the moment we coming closer to this Slovenian ring, to present and to see, because one more time influence. We see Serbia, which has communism. We have to see the Slovenian countries, because Latvia, and then it's mostly it was Soviet Union, or it was battle. This you see this mix of the strategy. This is mix of the conception inside. One is a territorial question, okay, but territory for what? For beliefs, for the logic, for the origin of the people, or we talk about the power itself, like a culture to be expressed, or we're talking about economy. Then where the people was confused, and this time all this part was set to express Marxism like something else, like not in the form of the economic system to see in the world, like Renaissance kind, that habituated on the different certainly capitalistic way, and the ruler in that sense. And this America is with this constitution some kind of example, but the world is still was the same, this capitalistic. But it was this game of the perception. that's why that was that long time of the battle. So let's back to see some Slovenian territory and the language that express itself into the symbol, language that when we come to some place, some country, any country, even I'm speaking about any example. We come to Egypt, we see one language around us, one epoch, we come to some Italian place because Italy is also different, but it's always Italy, but it's somewhere it's different so much. We come in Turin, it's something so France, and then we go to Puglia and we see completely different atmosphere, and Astuni, like or you Alberobello, when you see it, it remind you that bring you time to close to think about Greece, but Greece is absolutely different atmosphere always. So, and here we go to Slovenia, and also we question to the Slovenian country, and this will also question us about the time and epoch of building of USSR. This was by history in Russia. They call like this. It remains this those mind to construct, to build the USSR, but it's some not. I say it in language. Something to be destroyed was like an aim. Church, but okay, by church also present art, also present architecture, present the money, the education, because it was there to keep it, and so the things was destroyed. Even this that would be remain as a masterpiece of architecture, they was left to be forgotten because the priority was given to the Soviet things that was built it, and it's in Moscow, in St. Petersburg, probably different in a few other places, but many places left to be destroyed even after the war by people because they don't care. Some beautiful houses, some magnificent work, and so on. Slovenic ring,